edition of News Leader. I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, the Tullahoma High School girls bowling team strike out. We hear more from school board candidates, and Coffee County Mayor Judd Matheny sits down with County Commissioner Jackie Duncan. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader.
Get ready to make a splash for a cause. The Duck River Watershed Society invites you to its third annual spring cleanup event on Saturday, March 2nd from noon until 3 at the Fire Lake Public Use and Boat Ramp area in Manchester, Tennessee. Be part of the movement for sustainability, health, and education for the Duck River, America's most diverse waterway, home to over 650 aquatic species and water supply for more than 300,000 people. Mark your calendars and register to meet us at River Forge Road on March 2nd. Let's clean up, team up, and make a splash together.
Welcome back. For the first time in program history, the Tullahoma High School girls bowling team left the TSSAA state tournament with hardware after finishing up as runner-up on Friday the 26th. Tullahoma opened its state tournament run with a 17-10 victory over Bradley Central in the quarterfinals of the state tournament on Thursday in Smyrna. The Lady Wildcats followed that with an 18.5 to 8.5 win over Creekwood in the semifinals on Friday before falling to Hardin County 25-2 in the championship match. Head coach Derek Swiger said, quote, "When I was named head coach, I had no idea our girls would make it to the state championship. I am so proud of and grateful for these girls. We have worked hard this season to do the best we could do, and these girls have put in a lot of hard work and getting better, and they really learned how to be a team. Our girls really bounced back with poise against Liberty Creek. We regained that confidence heading into the state championship. The first two matches against Bradley Central and Creekwood were their best matches of the season. We bowled Hardin County in the state championship. Our girls were prepared and bowled great, but they were simply outmatched. It was good to see them support each other in this tough loss. Tullahoma should be proud of how our girls represented us at the state level with true sportsmanship and class." End quote. During the regular season, Tullahoma went undefeated, suffering their only loss of the season in the region championship. The Lady Wildcats bounced back with a win at Liberty Creek in the sectional round to ensure a spot in the state tournament. Tullahoma Director of Schools, Dr. Katrine Stevens, added, quote, "I am extremely proud of our bowling program for making Tullahoma history. To be the first Tullahoma High School bowling team to bring back hardware from the state tournament is incredible. Our Lady Wildcats did an amazing job representing Tullahoma at the highest level. I am one proud superintendent, and I want to congratulate these bowlers, head coach Derek Swiger and assistant coach Matthew Pilkington." End quote. And after these messages, we'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Ringo. Here at Barkview Senior Living, they're human-friendly. That's why I love it here, and so does my senior human. When they want a bite, they get chef-prepared meals, and so do I. Movies in the theater, day trips, walks on the trail, and other senior humans to play with. The grass and the grounds are exquisite. It's everything my human needs to be healthy and active. Barkview. A Parkview Senior Living. For your dog's best friend, you.
Welcome back. We now return to the political forum held last Saturday night at Tullahoma High School and hear from the school board candidates who were asked why people should vote for them.
Yeah, I'd like to just take a minute to thank you all for being here tonight. I'm glad that the education of our children is important to you because it's important to me too. So if your question didn't get asked, I'd be happy to talk with you after the forum. But I care deeply about all of the children learning in Tullahoma City Schools, and I care about their academic growth and their performance, and I care about the teachers being backed and supported. I care about the finances and the allocation and the stewardship of your taxpayer dollars. And I care about the performance of our school compared to other schools in the state and other schools in our region. Our children deserve the best schools. Our community deserves the best schools. Again, healthy schools lead to healthy communities. So if you're looking for a trustworthy, dedicated, passionate school board member, please vote for me. Thank you.
I'd just like to close by saying I loved my experience on the Tullahoma School Board before. It gave me great pleasure to be able to have ideas and join with that. I was on there when we built West Middle School, when we built East Lincoln School, when we built this auditorium, when we built the stadium. And now that we're facing building Farrah School, I feel like I have something that I would like to get back and can give back in that arena as well. I also think that school boards should be made up of a variety of people, a composite. They should not all think alike. They should not all bring the same things to the school board. I think they bring unique capabilities, and we learn from that. And the word collaborative has been used, and I think that's true. I think we collaborate with each other. So I come from no children in the school system. And I know you like to hear that, but I have children that came through this school system, and they came through and did very well, and I'm appreciative of that. I think I bring a unique and unbiased opinion by having no children in the school system. I think that I can be objective about all the children in the school system, and I think that I can bring that to the board to be fair and honest with every student that comes through here. I do think Tullahoma provides an excellent school system. I think we have things we need to look at, and we need to look at those as a board. And I think a diverse board that would bring different ideas and different things to the table would be well worth having here. I'd like to serve again. I would honor your vote if you would vote for me. Thank you so much.
My final statement, let me relay a family story. My wife Beth and I have 3 children that were privileged to be educated in the Tullahoma school system. When my older son returned from Dartmouth College for Christmas break of his freshman year, I was anxious to ask him how well prepared he was for an Ivy League education. And he quickly told me that he had his background for his humanity courses at THS had him at least a 50% level compared to his classmates. Many of his classmates had attended elite Northeast prep schools, which I thought spoke well of THS. But before I could ask about math, he stated firmly, no one at Dartmouth has a better math background. And I want to pledge to every citizen of Tullahoma that if I'm reelected, I will work to diligently ensure that every student in our system has access to the same level of education that's afforded to my family. Thank you.
Thank you. The first thing that I want to say is our students and teachers in school system should not be measured by one test. I have real issue with that. There are so many other things that go into a fine education, and our children are getting it. Our teachers are doing wonderful things all day long. We believe in the whole child. Academics, extracurriculars, athletics, and fine arts. I'm going to do a little family story too, so we might have been looking over here. In August of 2005, our son Sam, who was in kindergarten, after a few weeks of school, I was notified that students were changing classrooms for reading. I asked Sam, "How are you enjoying Mrs. Mahaffey and reading class?" He asked, "Who is Miss Haffey and what's reading?" I thought we were in trouble. But that little darling, who's here tonight, went on to graduate as valedictorian of his class at Tullahoma High School. You all, public education is wonderful. And teachers are magic. And they are right here in Tullahoma City Schools. Thank you.
All right, thank you all again for showing up tonight. I do thank the teachers, substitute teachers, anybody involved with the kids. I know that everyone has put in a lot of effort for them. I care about the children and I care about the community, and I'm looking forward to helping make it great again. I do think that the state report card and the increase in spending should be a wake-up call to everyone. We are failing currently to adequately prepare all of our children for their future. And ultimately, I believe most people would agree that mediocrity is not acceptable for our community. I know not everything is graded on one test, but we have been in a decline for well over a decade. I think a change in direction is badly needed as our schools have been in the decline. Our school board needs fresh ideas and leadership with more interaction and open discussion to hear each member's perspective, ensuring that all decisions affecting our children are well thought out. I would bring the school board honesty, integrity, openness, and commitment that the children deserve, that our school system deserves. I look forward to earning your trust, and I would be honored to receive your vote and serving the community on the Tullahoma City School Board. I'll be available afterwards for questions and to meet you as we can after the forum. Thank you again.
All right, thank you so much for being here. I just want to close with what I would bring to the school board is a unique perspective as someone who never went to college. I went straight to the workforce out of high school. I went straight to the military, got a good profession, a skill, and I brought it back to the community. I'm a strong advocate for the career technical education program, and I want to see our kids succeed. I'm invested for the next 20 years, like Beth said, and any success that I can do with the board in collaboration with the board is a direct effect on my family and our families. I will not fail my children. I will not fail my community, and I want to see us build this community strong. We have a growing city that needs professionals. We need more teachers, and I think that I can bring a perspective that can build on ideas to make all that happen. So, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your candidates for the Tullahoma City School Board. Please give them a big round of applause.
If you would like to watch the political forum in its entirety, check out our Facebook and YouTube pages. We are also airing it periodically during the month. More news is coming up in just a moment.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. It's a Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
Welcome back. At the recent Tullahoma Mayor's Quarterly Planning and Coordinating Committee meeting, Tullahoma Parks and Rec Director J.P. Kraft addressed the group about happenings at the Parks and Rec.
J.P. Kraft, I'm the Director of Parks and Recreation. There's always something going on in Parks and Recreation, but I've whittled it down to just this little list here for right now. Our Junior NBA Youth Basketball League started on Tuesday. There's 238 kids playing it on 26 teams. So if you want to check out some youth basketball, it's free to attend. It is swim meet season, so the THS swim team and the Tullahoma Swim Club have both hosted meets here lately. Tuesday night, we had 100 swimmers from 3 different teams here, Tullahoma, Franklin County, and Coffee County. On January 5th and 6th, we had the Karen Hamilton Memorial swim meet, and about 130 swimmers from 5 different teams around Middle Tennessee competed. The Greenfield Backstop project is underway. I'm sure you've seen the large poles that are there. Greenfield is the Babe Ruth field, for those of you that don't know it by that name. Also, the new fencing at Wagner 3 is up. That is going to be our 50-70 field. A 50-70 field is in between the Little League field and the Babe Ruth field. Many kids have quit playing Babe Ruth, so the 50-70 is kind of an intermediate. We can host many tournaments that way. That field is very versatile. It can be a softball field, it can be a 60-foot, a 65-foot, or a 70-foot base field. Previously, we've had to send many tournaments to Lynchburg or to Manchester, so this will keep a lot of our tournaments here in town. The bids for the Johnson Lane Pavilion and Restroom will now be opened on January 17th. The bidders had requested a couple of weeks because of the Christmas holidays. They were having trouble getting the pricing that they need. As Mr. Worsham said, we are working, we have submitted the bid for the downtown plantings with a drawing and a plan that Ralph Graham designed for all the downtown landscaping, not the trees. So this is only the landscaping.
Also at the recent Planning and Coordinating Committee meeting, Duck River Watersheds Director Randall Breaker updated the attendees about Tullahoma's water supply.
Randall Breaker, Duck River Utility Commission, water supplier to Tullahoma. Everything is going well. The lake is at normal winter pool, so if you go by and you see it looks low, that's normal for flood storage. TVA protects Shelbyville from flood by lowering the level in the lake 11 feet every fall, so that's a normal level. It's hovering in there with the little drought we're in, about a foot above normal, so we're in pretty good shape water supply wise. We'll be counting on some rain in March to fill it back up. A lot of big projects going on for us, a lot of drought resilience work going on behind the scenes. One of the things that we're involved in right now is the replacement of our activated carbon media in our filters. As you probably heard, last fall we won another 2 Best Tasting Water Awards. That puts us at 7 or 8 of these awards we've won over the last few years. Key to that is the 2 things: our membrane filtration system, and followed by our activated carbon or charcoal filtration that we do. That media in those charcoal filters has to be replaced every few years. We've let a contract with Calgon Carbon to replace that in March with all new material at a cost of $526,000. So the use of carbon in treatment of water and wastewater has gotten to be quite a high demand item. You've heard of these forever chemicals and PFAS and things like that are in the news all the time. The use of carbon is expanding dramatically, and unfortunately for us, the cost of that material is starting to really go up. But we're committed to keeping that material in use, to keep those best tasting water awards coming, and the high satisfaction in the quality of the water that we produce. So hopefully the price is leveling off a little bit and we won't have to replace it again in the future. I believe the last time we replaced it, it was $296,000. So that'll give you an idea of how much it's gone up. But all is well, and water rates are remaining the same. There will be no rate increase in 24 or 25. We've already proposed that to the commission, and I expect that will be approved at next Wednesday's commission meeting. So all is well.
We'll be right back after these commercial messages.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program, and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. In this edition of Coffee County Mayor Judd Matheny's Mayor's Message, Judd sits down with County Commissioner Jackie Duncan.
Hello, I'm Coffee County Mayor Judd Matheny, and welcome to another edition of the Mayor's Message. Today I've got with me a very long time acquaintance, and my first time on the Mayor's Message, and first time that I've been able to serve to him local to local on an elected level. For a long time when I was state representative, Commissioner/Alderman Jackie Duncan was a constant sight on Capitol Hill in Nashville. He's very involved. Jackie, welcome to the Mayor's Message.
Thank you, sir.
And we would like for you to tell the folks of Coffee County something about yourself, what motivated you to be in politics, what's your background, what do you like to do outside of politics, all that
Well,
good stuff.
first I'll say I never had a motivation to be in politics.
Okay.
In fact, I almost vowed that I wouldn't be in politics. I felt a long time ago that, I thought it was too much posturing going on, I guess, in some cases that I had seen earlier, and just never had a desire. Well, the moment I retired, people started calling, and a friend of mine died while he was in office as a county commissioner, and in fact, he was in my district. And and people started calling. I had several people that called me and asked me about filling his seat, applying for it, and I told them, nah, not really. And then they really were sincere about it, and I thought I had never had a desire to get into politics. But then again, I thought, well, that's least I can do is to serve my community a little bit better, and I've always tried to be of service.
Well, tell us who that commissioner was that passed away and that you preceded.
John Berry.
Another great man.
John Berry, yeah.
An incredible individual. I went to school with his kids and still know him to this day in the community, a lot of his family. Just a stellar individual.
Yeah, he was a good man.
Really was, yeah.
Oh, he he was a preacher as well, and I always watched him as he dressed. He always wore a tie.
He was a snapper all the
Yeah,
time.
he was a snapper. Yeah, and we were good friends over the years. I went to school with a couple of his brothers.
Yep.
And I knew the family and over the years, and so it's been a blessing. It was a blessing, and I thought, well, this would be an honor for me to fill his seat if I could get it, and true enough, I did. I got in it and got his seat. I got selected by the caucus, Tullahoma caucus at first, and then I came before the full commission, and they agreed, and then of course the next time I said, I don't mind serving, in this capacity.
Right.
I like this. Never wanted to get into politics, but there I am. So, and then, it wasn't long before that, after that, maybe after doing that first term, the city mayor, Tullahoma, asked me about being a city alderman. And I can't do that. Can't do them both. And said, yes, you can. And so I got, I think the research was done, and I wound up being a city alderman and a county commissioner at the same time. So for 2 terms I served, and it's an honor to serve my community. I've served in other capacities with other organizations, but it was an honor just to serve my community and my county, my city and my county.
Well, you do a great job, and none of us really ever, I don't think, planned to be where we are trying to do things. One day I just decided I had to do something other than be upset about things I was upset about. So I just realized one day, hey, I can run for office if I choose to, and it was just a different way of thinking about a lot of things in my life, just like that. And so it fuels you to move forward and do some things. And
well, I followed you most of your career, I guess, most of your public life, and I've always admired you because you've done a great job. I appreciate that.
I've always tried to, and try to do what's right, and been blessed to be able to do it, and enjoyed this job very much. Can't thank you enough for your service to the commission, and on behalf of the citizens of Tullahoma. And know that's sometimes can be a little bit trying, but at the same time, I get a lot of folks ask me, why do I have to pay county taxes if I live in the city? But we do a lot of job recruitment. We, the largest school systems. We have the Justice Center, we have the Sheriff's Department, we have all our process service, we have ambulance services. As you know, we have roads that connect our towns and our rural areas together. There's so much that the county government does do, which assists the city.
I agree.
As a case in most of the industries, in Coffee County, we host it, but the cities are. And when you have those conversations with folks that may not have the same perspective that you have being a county commissioner and being an alderman, which you have a great circle. It's good to have that conversation with them, man. So you do a great job.
Thank you, sir.
And,
Thank you.
Anything else you'd like to tell the folks on the mayor's message?
One thing I really am proud of, and when people ask me, so you're from around here, how long have you lived here? I told them I've lived here all my life. I was born in Camp Forest, and then ADC moved in, and I was born at Camp Forest, bred at ADC, and then I retired from there after born on the same grounds and born where I worked for 34 years and retired. And so it's been a blessing. I said my whole life has been in a little circle. I'm going to Mount Zion Baptist Church over on the street over from where I live on Polk Street, and then to Davidson Academy School over on Jackson Street, and then right back, just in that big circle all my life. I said, from where I was born, who can do that? How many people can do that? I say that. So it's been a blessing just to. And Tullahoma's a great town. Manchester is a great city, and Coffee County is a great county, and I just
we do love it here, and we're getting ready to go. But anybody that knows Jackie knows, and you've got to talk a little bit about this. He's a great poet, writes a lot of poetry. So give us real quick on your poetry. Tell us about it.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got a book. I'm a published author, and it's inspirational poetry, and. You want me to give you one of the poems right quick?
Sure.
Okay. One of the poems right quick says, I like to inspire children especially. And one of the poems says, don't discourage me is the name of the poem. It says, don't tell me what I cannot do or what I cannot be. Seeds to do things never done lie waiting inside of me. Don't tell me that my goal's too high. I'm climbing, can't you see? Negative talk impedes my growth. Please don't discourage me. Unbridled minds full of ideas to conquer the world, it would seem, are convinced each day by discouraging souls to give up on their dream. Don't predict my future by things you do not know. Guide me, direct me, help me so I'll grow. Speak love and inspiration, tell me all that I can be. Correct me if you will, but don't discourage me. That's a child speaking to his mom
It
and
is. I would say
dad.
that should be every responsible adult in this country.
That's right. That's
is,
right.
Is that, man, that's a fantastic poem.
That's right. Thank you, sir.
That's very inspiring.
Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you very much. And if folks want to get a hold of you about your poetry and all that, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, you can. I'm around here all the time, and personally, but you can go out online. Just pull up Jackie Duncan and Tullahoma, Tennessee, and it'll show everything that I've got going out there, and all the books, Amazon, Books A Million, all the books.
Thank you, Commissioner. And as always, you can call my office, and I can help get a hold of Jackie too if I need to. And thank you for tuning in to this edition of the Mayor's Message. I'm at 931-723-5100, and we'll see you next week.
Stay with us. We'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
Parkview Senior Living, active, independent senior living at its finest.
Get ready to make a splash for a cause. The Duck River Watershed Society invites you to its third annual spring cleanup event on Saturday, March 2nd from noon until 3 at the Fire Lake Public Use and Boat Ramp area in Manchester, Tennessee. Be part of the movement for sustainability, health, and education for the Duck River, America's most diverse waterway, home to over 650 aquatic species and water supply for more than 300,000 people. Mark your calendars and register to meet us at River Forge Road on March 2nd. Let's clean up, team up, and make a splash together.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this date. Our record high was in 1974 at 70 degrees. Record low was in 1899 at 1 degree. The average high for this day is 50, and the average low is 29. Mostly cloudy for tonight with a low of 36. Sunny skies for Friday with a high of 63 and a low of 36. And those sunny skies continue for Saturday with a high of 62 and a low of 42. And that's our News Leader Report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evenings at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. for News Leader. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Stay safe. Have a great evening.